Good morning, boys and girls and undecided. I am feeling much better today than yesterday and feeling optimistic again about the possibilities on life. I have decided that the second podcast that I started is going to die, and that's okay, and going to end that thing. So, yesterday I had a rest day after having played basketball the previous day. Gonna lift today. Went out to dinner last night and ate a lot of naughty stuff and enjoyed that time with my family. So, dinner together last night was family time, and yeah, things are looking up. It's good. So yeah, gonna lift weights today. Going to do a mini fast. Not going to feed before hitting the weights, but after hitting the weights. Then and going to make that the afternoon. I've got a podcast interview to do this morning, and in the afternoon we'll hit the weights and feed, and that will be good. And so yeah, that's that. Uh, Family is things are good, right? Went out to dinner and enjoyed that. My daughters had some homework that they needed to do after we got home from dinner, so they went and did that. And I did some reading with my boy. That was his homework. Was he had to read a bit, so and I joined in with him on that, and so we read together, kind of alternating pages, reading out loud, and that was always a good thing. I always when the girls used to do that with me, we enjoyed that a lot, and in fact resurrected that practice here recently. We finished the book we were reading, and right now they're doing some independent reading, but we'll get back to after they finish some of the books that they're on, we'll get back to doing some out loud reading and reading some of the same books. It's really I've kind of emphasized this school year that some of the things that the girls are reading I've read as well, so we can talk about some of those things. So family is humming along on all cylinders, and then I guess friends, still connecting with friends remotely, still Skype, all that kind of stuff. Um, so gratitude, right? Gratitude today. I want to say I'm grateful for opportunity. I was kind of thinking about something in the shower this morning about that kind of much has been made of, the likes of Walmart not paying their workers enough and things like that. And, of course, I want everyone to have enough for their needs. But, the places like Walmart that are providing goods at low cost really is a boon for people who need that, right? That need to have low prices on things because they are short on income. And part of that is that they're not going to have enormous amounts of money to throw at employees. When I think about it, right, if somebody is working at Walmart, it's because that's the best job that they could find, right? The very act of agreeing to work there means that the combination of working conditions and pay is better than any alternative that's out there in a given situation, which means that that opportunity is something to be grateful for. Now, I don't work at Walmart, and it's easy for me to say that, hey, you out there, you should be grateful, right? And that drives me nuts to have somebody preaching about what somebody should be grateful for. But I want to take that principle of, hey, this opportunity that is here, right? They didn't have to give that to me, right? So when I think about some of the jobs that are coming my way, right, recruiters reaching out, or I've got some former coworkers. I've been thinking about this. Eric Dietrich wrote this blog post about speaking at conferences and user groups, and that it's not necessarily worth your time. You're not necessarily getting jobs and work from that, and I think he's got a point about that. And that you're building an audience with your peers is not necessarily building an audience with your customers. But I think a lot of the people now that reach out to me and say, hey, I've got some work for you, those are people who were my peers 5-10 years ago that I really gained rapport with, who have now been promoted into director positions, into CTO positions, and those kinds of things. So, gaining some traction with your peers is a decade down the road play that now they are my customers, right? Now these people are in positions where they have hiring authority and they need people and that kind of stuff. So I think if you want to stay in the technical track, there is still some virtue in laying some groundwork, planting some seeds, right? The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is today, right now. So I think that's what some of these things are, right? Doing a podcast for software developers is planting seeds that will bear fruit down the road. And so that's my gist today, is that opportunity comes to you, and it's a reason for gratitude. And if Walmart is willing to hire you, and and you don't have a better option, well then that company that's willing to give you that shot, well, there's reason to be grateful for that. So I am grateful for the opportunities that I have. So signing off.